Or redness check check, or redness check check, or readiness check 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 check, or redness check check, or redness check check, or redness check 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 check. I've got my salsa, I've got my black top, my spirit is good. What it do, good people? It's your boy Pac-Man, Mr Ninetwofive, and I'm in black. I say, take this with you. Yeah. I feel weird doing this, you know. Young and Ambamang, like, it really doesn't feel like me. But yeah, man. Anyway, I just want to keep this as short as possible. So, I just wanted to talk about Ibonda Lami for a moment, you know, something that really inspires me, you know, and I think as humans, basically, you know, and even like as Amachens, Asekasi, or, you know, people from the hood, you know, it's important that we keep inspiration close to us, you know, especially close to our eyes, you know, because we are the creatures of seeing and doing, you know, if I may put it in that way. So yeah, without any wasting any time, I just want to start with the first quote, because what's basically happening, Gubondalam, is that I've got all these different type of quotes, you know, that I live by, you know, that every day in the morning when I wake up, I just look at them and I feel inspired. So I'll start with the first one, which is pray about it as much as you worry about it. You know, it's a very powerful quote in a time like this, in a very fast life like this that we're living in, where like it's stress and stress and stress and stress and stress on how you're gonna get it, stress on how you're going to look, stress if you've passed or failed your exam, stress of love life, stress of family matters, stress of black tax, you know, all kinds of stress that comes with the package of stress, you know. Sometimes the only thing that you gotta do is pray about it. I know it sounds simple, but it's not, but you need to try, you know. Sometimes we need to realize that there are things that we cannot control. See, there's things that we can control, and there's things that we can't control. And the things that we can't control, we need to lift them high to the Most High, you know. So that's the first code. The second code, our thoughts determine our reality. That's true, and I've come to notice that whatever that you think, you can put into reality, you know. If you think you're not good at anything, in reality, you won't be good at anything. But if you believe and think that you're good at something, automatically, uzobona now, it's like you start doing things and you start feeling good about yourself. So I look at that code every day, and, you know, it always challenges me with like, I'm different about myself, about my environment, where I come from. See, I come from the ghetto. You know, I come from the ghetto, and it ain't easy because a lot of my peers got swallowed by drugs, you know. A lot of my peers have given up in life. A lot of my peers gave up in life while we were still in high school when they failed their grades, you know. And I happened to fail with them, you know, on those grades. I remember I failed grade 10, but I still went on, you know, to continue. So this quote always reminds me of that, you know. We need to always try to change our thoughts to think positively, you know, about ourselves or any kind of situation that you find yourself in. The third one is never be a prisoner of your past. It was just a lesson, not a life sentence. Why uzgweba? You know what I mean? Why are you always putting yourself behind bars for the things that happened in the past? You know, and it's not easy. Look at this guy talking like this thing is so easy. Come on, dude. Like, I've also had like the toughest times of my life. First and foremost, my mama died of HIV and AIDS. By the time that I found out By the time I found out who my real father was, my mama was already sick. So she couldn't explain anything to me, you know. And it's things that happened in my past. I grew up in a very... it's deep. It's getting emotional, but I don't want to dig deep like that, you know. But like any other kid that grew up in the ghetto, I grew up like that too. You know, my mama was an alcoholic. My stepdad was an alcoholic. They used to fight every day, you know, stab each other. So like that type of environment was disturbing, you know, but I never held on to it, because at some point I realized that, you know, in those situations or circumstances that I was in, I had to be big enough, you know. I had to be bigger than them, basically, you know. And yeah, so I live by that code too. Whew, it's getting hot in here. They say take off the jacket as a man's not hot. Alright, the fourth one is courage does not always roar. You know, sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow. You know, and that's the thing. Like, most people lose faith by failing once, and like they're like, yo, shit, I'm never trying again. This is painful and it hurts. I'll tell you that it hurts. Last year we had Ubuntu Kuzini, which was our business. You know, we had poured a lot of money in it, you know, out of having nothing, you know, taking your last cent, we fagel up, or taking your sweat, you know, and putting it there, your brains, you know, and like giving it your all, and then at the end of the day, it fails. Dismally, down, you know, and when you look back, you ain't got even a penny, or like in less something, you know, and people around you are just looking at you like, what a loser, you know. But you don't stay down on those moments. You pick yourself up and you go. You tell yourself, which doesn't, fuck, I mean, I was born in this world to be great. And one thing that I noticed or learned about failure is that it's actually making you better, you know, because it always leaves you with lessons, the signs, you know. It always leaves you with the next direction, you know, so that next time when you do something that, you know, it's okay, last time I did it this way, so this time I need to do it this way in order for it to work differently from how it worked or didn't work the last time. Yeah, but so if you find yourself in a position whereby you feel like you can't come up because life has just knocked you down, trust me, you need to get up. Life has not knocked you down. Just as long as Osapela, you're still breathing and, you know, you're still living in the grace of God, you're still not down. So pick yourself up, Jimandota. You know, I know that guy who hit a girl. You know, I know, gents, it's not hard not getting those jobs, you know, it's really hard, but you have to pick yourself up. No one else will. You yourself need to pick yourself up, you know. Self-pity doesn't get us anywhere. And it's crazy. I didn't know that one day I was gonna be that guy saying things like this. Inspirational, no matter what your current circumstances are, if you can imagine something better for yourself, you can create it. The power of imagination. Do we still imagine stuff, or is it like, you will die in your imagination? Yes, you will die in your imagination if you don't bring that imagination, you know, to reality, to life. You know, if you don't take action of what you were visualizing, you know. But I think what I could say with this one is that it always reminds me that I need to be in my space, in my zone, you know, to really see beyond my current circumstances. Because sometimes we can be clouded by our environments, by our friends, by our families, by the negativity just in general. And we forget that there's a room for positivity, and there's also a room for progress, and there's also a room for you to be better and succeed in some things, you know. So it always just fish me back to say like, yo, lock yourself in a room, start imagining, you know, what you want to achieve. And I sit there and I'm like, yo, one day I'm gonna be the baddest, you know, greatest, creative presenter, you know, in the world, not just only Mzansi. Because I remember telling this to my friend that my dreams are beyond the borders of, you know, SA. So I always imagine myself performing in stages, and crazy enough, I've performed in stages, you know, and now I can start to really say, I can testify the power of imagination. And most of the time, because obviously, you think like these things are for like abongamla, you know, white people, and the next, you know, they're for everyone who is living, you know. So imagine something big, you know. Imagine you driving that car, imagine you getting that job, imagine you getting that degree, that diploma, you know. Imagine just you being the greatest of all. Imagine you being the top. Because as soon as you start to imagine that, it's like you let the energies flow into your whole system, you know, into your whole system, and you create an opportunity for you to empower yourself, basically. You know, sorry. Don't let your struggle become your identity is code number 6. Do not let your struggle become your identity. Do not let your struggle become your identity. I am saying this. Do not let your struggle become your identity. You know, you are bigger than it. You are bigger than it. You know, you've got big dreams than it. You know, and your current circumstance or situation is there to teach you just a simple lesson. You know, it's there to make you strong. I know it's hard to believe, but it's there to make you strong. It's there to make you believe harder. But then again, in life, we've got choices. So either you make the choice of you getting up, picking yourself up, and still going out there. I just remembered this song. Hlasela. Ay! Atitati kali zaku shonempini. You know, that's the type of music I listen to. Also, the type of music that we listen to really does play a big role, a pivotal role, you know, in conditioning our minds and really programming us. So we need to also be selective on what we listening to. You know, if we're listening to junk music, then that's what we'll be. We'll be unhealthy human beings. But if we listen to music that's really impactful and really, you know, empowering, then I guess we'll become better beings, you know. Code number 7? Yes. Your dreams give you direction. Other people's dreams give you opportunity. So when you're dreaming, this is what this quote is saying. So if upupa, you're not only just pooping for yourself, but you're pooping for a lot of people who are in your circle, for a lot of people who are yet to come. I'm talking about the next generation that's yet to come. See, if you have ideas, if you see yourself as something, it's deep. Your dreams give you direction. Other people's dreams give you opportunity. Just listen to it. You are working because someone else is following their dreams. So they decided to pursue this idea, and it created employment that you can work, that you can come on board and make your own dreams come true. Simple as that. You are going to study. You're not just only studying for yourself. as soon as you succeed in whatever thing that you're studying in, you give others the opportunity, whether it be you becoming a teacher. If you start teaching, you give the others the opportunity to learn so that they are able to create opportunities for themselves. If you are a preacher, you're giving people the opportunity to be empowered. So, hey, it's deep. Let me not start preaching. Let me not start preaching. As we move on, the moment you start acting like life is a blessing, it starts feeling like one. The power in that. See, it's the law of attraction. It's deep. It's the same thing I said about thoughts, which is like whatever that you think, it makes reality, you know. If you think you're not the best, you won't be the best. If you think that you are blessed, you will start feeling the blessings. Why? Because you are allowing that energy. You are allowing yourself to connect with the universe and the side of blessings coming from the universe or God himself, you know. So as soon as you start holding grudges, start holding too much into your problems, you don't see any light. You sit there in the dark for the longest time. But as soon as you start believing that, no man, you know what, because I have a family, I'm still alive, I still have these dreams, I have this gift, you know, I can still read, I can still write, I can rap, I can sing, I can build, I can run. Then you collecting your thoughts. I just want to be poetic about it. You're collecting all the stones of blessings and you putting them in one place so that you build up your own blessings, you know. And that's the nicest things about your own blessings, that not only you get to be blessed by your own blessings, but you are able to also bless other people with your own blessings. But moving right along, do your best and let God do the rest. I've already said, yes, we are gods, because in the Bible it does say that we are built out of the image of God. So in whatever thing that we do, we're godly, without even putting some ego characters into it. But it's the Bible, fam. As a pack, get Bible, you know. So do your best and let God do the rest. There are certain things that you'll do and won't work out because you don't have control over them. So I remember that by when we used to host, well, when we first hosted our first event, and on the day of the event, we never really, like, most of the things were not, you know, coming together. The fencing was not coming together. The DJs came late. The venue itself, you know, had challenges, like we were not wanted there, you know. But on the day of the event, me and my partner, we were like, you know what? We are going in, we are going to do this. You know, everything that's in our power, we'll invest in this event, in this project with it. You know, and things that we cannot control, we'll go with our needs down and just pray to the Lord that He watches over us and He takes care of the rest. So do your best and, you know, let God do the rest. You know, I've lost count. I've lost count. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. The 10th one is, you've been assigned this mountain to show others it can be moved. it can be moved. Whether they like it or not, it can be moved. I remember when we pioneered the whole street culture in my hood, when nobody else was thinking of rocking fashion, you know, like we went all retro, we went all vintage. Everybody was looking at us like, these dudes are crazy. How the hell do you dress up like that? In the hood. Skinny jeans, big shirts, you know, beshabo madala wetu, you know. And we still looked good in them, and we were just a few. And people looked at us as like, these ones, sugar. They think this is America. 5 years down the line, everybody's fresh now, huh? Everybody is looking great. Everybody's doing their own thing, and it's like, okay, this was weird when we started it, but now look how everybody's just, you know, excelling, Jay, in this culture of clothing, in this culture of pop, you know. And it just shows that we were given a task by God to say, go out there and express yourself the way you know how. And we chose clothing, you know. We chose to tell our story using clothing, you know. That's why every day, like, you'll never see me, you know, going for what's popular. I'll always try to look differently from everybody else, you know. I mean, I'm Sosa. I mean, come on now. I mean, come on now. Don't be playing like that. So you've been assigned this mountain to show others that it can be moved, you know. Same thing. I think it relates to that one. Your dreams give you direction. Other people's dreams give you opportunity. So we actually gave light, you know, to a lot of young people, the generation that came after us, you know, and the generation, our own generation, our own peers, the light to say like, no, you know what, it's okay to look fashionable, you know. There is no criteria, there is no catalog that you can be placed in to say like, if you dress like this, then you're gay. If you dress like, if you can correct your combo, put it nicely, then you can always express yourself and look fashionable and be unapologetic about it. Moving right along. It isn't where you come from, it's where you are going that counts. Honestly speaking, that one I love, because I always look at my life as, okay, I come from this background, right? But like I said, my struggle hasn't become my identity, you know, so it never defined who I am, you know, but instead it gave me the opportunity to create the person that I want to become, you know, the person that I want to see myself as. And I am sitting here with you telling you that it wasn't because I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna call myself Pac-Man. No. It's because I understood that I was punctual for the future, you know. And for me to be punctual in the future, you know, to be right present in the future, I had to be active, you know, using my own creativity, you know. So just on its own, Pac, damn, I think, yeah, I'm moving too fast. Let me tell you this. I had to think of myself living in the future. I had to be positive enough, you know, so that it activates me, so that I don't stay in one place, you know. And as soon as I became activated, creativity started flowing in me. I'm well known for it, and I'll die as a creative, you know, because it's who I am. That's my identity. I'm a creative, you know. So yeah, I just love that code, man. I just really do. It's not where you come from, it's where you're going that matters. Because what a time to be alive. you know. And I always say this, being in 94, because I look at the generation that was before me, and like, it wasn't nice, you know. Everything that they had to do, they had to duck bullets, you know. And everything now that I have to do, I don't have to duck bullets, you know. I just have to duck my own fears, you know. And once you just defeat your own fears, then you're good to go, you know. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna close it there and leave it there, you know, by saying that also when I spoke about my name, it was because you have this name for a reason, right? Because the name that you have attracts the nature of being that you want to become, you know. So I touched on that just to slide through that point. But yeah, it's a boy Park. My name is Mr Ninetwofive. In time I'm like us waiting to the chokega, and it was nothing much really. It was just me talking to my wall and just saying out there, it is up to you to create your own wall of inspiration, you know. Nobody else will inspire you. Inspiration starts with you. Motivate yourself. You gotta always stay motivated, self-motivated, you know. And the reason why a lot of people never go out there in the world to explore their talents, gifts, or even, you know, their intellectual state is because we're always looking for people to inspire us or motivate us. And at some point, you need to pick yourself up and motivate yourself. With that said, read books, watch motivational videos, check your crowd. In fact, there's a last code I want to just share with you. Damn, 30 minutes video, okay. Before you diagnose yourself with depression or low self-esteem, first make sure you are not in fact surrounded by assholes. They're the ones that are holding us back. Now I was listening to Abangani, and like there's a verse where like Saudi's like he speaks of like, Umama always told me to watch off on the company I keep, and I'm glad that today I never listened, you know. It worked for him. It worked for him. But if you really want to like be better, you know, surround yourself with people that want the same thing as you. Because if you surround yourself with people that want something different from you, then you'll end up, you know, joining in their dreams. You'll end up following them, you know. You'll end up being part of the stats of mediocrity. And I think for me, that's just it's not life. It's not a dope life to live in. So with that said, just always try to make sure that inspiration is close to you, because the more you are fueled with inspiration, the chances of you becoming your own Superman and rescuing your dreams, oh, brother. With that said, my name is Mr Ninetwofive. In time I tend to the show. See you on the other side of the fence where it's greener.